Right, Bo. Government has responded to the digital ID. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I did see one tweet earlier. Is it where they've just completely doubled down, just completely refused?
Yeah.
Is that...
Yeah. So, background, digital IDs being brought in, ladies and gents, you will know this. Obviously, you guys are, viewers of the channel. Big petition. As you can see, 2,747,000. Quite a lot. Still going up, I think, unless they've just ended it now. And obviously, at a certain point, the government has to respond. So the government have responded, although it is considered for a debate in Parliament as well. But the government has also responded, and their response was a flat-out lie, just wholesale, just as an FYI, like an actual flat-out lie. And I'm very surprised Rupert Lowe or even Nigel Farage hasn't called him out on it, actually, because it is a flat-out lie. So they said, we will introduce a digital ID within this Parliament to tackle illegal migration. Okay, making accessing government services easier and enable wider efficiencies. We'll consult on details soon. There's a little bit cut out from this, which was they say in line with our manifesto. This wasn't in your manifesto. This wasn't in your manifesto. That's the lie. Well, and the fact that it's to tackle illegal migration as well. So there you go.
I mean, what can you say other than just express a type of boiling rage that, I mean, we're not shy of using expletives on this channel, but I just start shouting expletives, right? That's my true feeling about it. These sons of bitches.
So here's the full one. And we'll just read it out, I guess. The government has announced plans to introduce a digital ID system which is fit for the needs of modern Britain. We're committed to making people's everyday lives easier and more secure by putting people's data at risk, but all right. To putting more control in their hands.
What?
What, by you having our data? What are you talking about?
Double speak, isn't it?
Yeah, literally everything they're saying is actually the exact opposite of what the intention is. And to driving growth through harnessing digital technology. Right, okay. We also want to learn from countries which have digitized government services for the benefit of their citizens in line with our manifesto commitment to modernize government. Right, okay. I mean, that's basically it, really. The rest of it's just absolute nonsense. By the end of this Parliament, employers will have to check the new digital ID when conducting a right-to-work check. They already have to do a right-to-work check. This is nonsense. For clarity, it will not be a criminal offence to not hold a digital ID, and police will not be able to demand to see a digital ID as part of a stop and search. No, but they'll just mean that you can't work. I've said this a few times. I've said this a few times, and I firmly mean it. Just refuse, just disengage completely with this system. Disengage wholesale. Go off the reservation. Just do it. This is something which fundamentally cannot be brought in. This is not theatrics. This is not me sort of bubbling up with emotion for theatrics' sake. No. It's quite literally the death of liberty. It cannot be brought in. It cannot be brought in.
Yeah.
It will fucking destroy your life.
Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely. Where it says, I mean, it's mission creep, isn't it? The police won't be able to ask you for it in stop and search. Yeah, now. Yeah, you're saying that now. Yeah, you're saying that now. It won't be a criminal offence not to hold it. Well, yeah, again, you're saying that now. But at some point, you'll start talking about that. And if there's a petition with 2.7 million people saying that's not right, that's unfair, you just say, no, we are doing it. We will do it. Yeah, it really is. I mean, you talk about the death of liberty. That sort of talk does put me in mind immediately of the American Revolution. I happen to know, being half American myself, fascinated by American history almost as much as English history. I've done quite a lot of content about all sorts of elements of the American Revolution, or the Revolutionary War, the War of Independence, rather. They call it the War of Independence. We call it the Revolutionary War, same thing. Made loads of long form content about all sorts of the characters, the main characters that were involved in that period. Fascinated by that period. Anyway, they talked a lot. There's the Sons of Liberty, the Liberty Tree, the Tree of Liberty, and we really are getting to that point with these ID cards. It really is getting to drilling down to the very nature of what it means to have any liberty, any real freedom. And so, yeah, I hope that this is a high watermark. I remember in like the dark, in America anyway, in the dark days of Biden, perhaps the earliest years of Biden, when there was still the masks and things, and when censorship was at its height, you couldn't question the 2020 election without getting demonetized or even cancelled off of YouTube and stuff. We didn't know at the time, but hopefully that was some sort of high watermark, and we've receded slightly from there. I'm really hoping with every fibre in my body that this is one of those high watermarks, like the high watermarks of the darkest days of COVID, when they were saying you would have to have a COVID passport, and we may even end up knocking on your door and forcing our way in, strapping you to a gurney and putting that injection in your arm against your will. When that was sort of being mooted on some level, that was like the high point of worrisomeness. I hope that Labour putting this forward is one of those moments that it actually won't happen before the next Parliament, and that we're actually now into sort of the darkest days. You know the old cliche, it's darkest just before the dawn. Because a lot of this, if they don't, for whatever reason, even if it's a technical or bureaucratic reason, don't get it fully implemented before the next Parliament, which is quite possible because it really is a large technical, logistical task to do. They will be banking on that they are the next government again to finish the job, and they almost certainly won't be. It'll almost certainly be Nigel and Reform, and they've already said quite categorically they'll just scrap it. So I really do hope that they just physically won't be able to get this done in the next 3.5 years, or however long there's left. 4 years.
Honestly, I like that. I'm lucky. Obviously, I work for myself, so I don't have a boss that would implement it on me. But I am currently doing a master's degree, and I feel so strongly about this. If for some weird reason my university was like, you got to have one, I'd be like, we're not having my money anymore, I quit. I would just straight up quit. I would absolutely quit. Nothing is worth my liberty being stolen from me. No, I wouldn't allow that to happen. I won't willingly give it away. All for the sake of saying, well, I'm a little bit further educated. Well, that's fine. I can educate myself. No. I won't have it. I will not have it.
No, I'm absolutely the same. Luckily, I'm employed by one Mr. Cole Benjamin, who is really quite based and a bit an old school shitlord. So there's no way he's going to insist we do this like on day one or anything. Not in a million years. And hopefully, I won't be looking for a job in that window of time either. So even if they do bring it in sort of just before, or even a year before the next Parliament, before it gets scrapped, hopefully in that window, there'll be nothing that forces me to do it. And I won't. I'm the same. If it means a number of things, like I can't do X, Y, Z now, okay, fine. I won't do those things. Even if it's like even if it's like you can't travel anymore. Well, luckily, I live within walking distance of where I work. So, okay, I can't travel outside Swindon or something. Okay, then, yeah, all right. It's going to be really hard to shop in somewhere like Tesco's or something, and I have to go to a small independent like grocer or something that's a long way away, and it's inconvenient for me. Fine, yep, I'll do that. Yep. No, I'm not going to just roll over for this. All right. The only thing I can possibly imagine is that if they say you can't get healthcare and I get terribly ill, like I have to have an operation yesterday, and that they won't do it. They'll let you die unless you get this card. Then maybe then I will do it. Anything short of that, kind of, no matter how difficult they make everyday life, I'll do my utmost, my absolute best, not to roll over and just give in to this. It's nice to know they're not making it a criminal, or they're saying at the moment they're not going to make it a criminal offence not to have one. Well, I'm not having one then. Yeah, I'm going to ignore this. I got a text somehow. Just got the text to my phone the other day, just like a government text to my phone saying, "Be aware, we're going to roll out ID cards." I'm like, okay, like a text from the Home Office. It's like, all right.
Disgusting.
No, I will do. Short of like literally imminently dying, I'm not gonna play ball with this. No. I'll be poorer. I'll be more inconvenienced. Whatever. I'm not doing it. Fuck them. Fuck them. Take anyone out there. Take inspiration from dissidents from the past, and history is filled with them. Someone like Alexander Solzhenitsyn, and one example, a famous dissident, obviously against Russia during the Soviet years, and the amount of hell that someone like that had to go through, and still poke two fingers up at the state, at the establishment, at tyranny. Said no. You can put me in prison. You can take my health from me even. But I will never, in myself, in and of myself, in my own mind, like Winston Smith in 1984, in my own mind, you will not defeat me. You can't. And so we're getting to that sort of stage with these ID cards.
Oh yeah. Just reject it. Reject it wholesale. Don't do it. The death of liberty.